I've addressed this topic before, but I get a lot of questions about it, so I thought I'd do another video. When RFK Jr. entered the presidential race, everybody was freaking out. My God, he's a Democrat. My God, he's a Kennedy. He's going to take votes away from Joe Biden and or Kamala Harris. And at that time I said, nah, that's not true. He may have a D next to his name, but the fact of the matter is he's a conspiracy theorist, an anti-vaxxer, and just a goofy fuck. The Republicans are more likely to vote for him than Democrats. Donald Trump thought he was doing something here by encouraging and supporting RFK Jr. into the race as a third-party candidate, but then he realized what I was saying was right. It's affecting his campaign more than it's affecting the Democrats. So more stuff comes out about RFK Jr., the bear and the worm in the brain and all this stuff. He's a fucking goofball. And he's quickly starting to realize that he doesn't have support or money. Nobody likes him. Nobody's going to vote for him. So he goes up to Donald Trump and says, listen, if you give me a job in your cabinet, I will endorse you. Donald Trump said, fuck yourself. Then he went to the Democrats and said the same thing. I'll endorse Kamala if you put me in your cabinet. Well, nobody would be stupid enough to put him in their cabinet, Republican or Democrat. So he had really nowhere to go. So apparently he's cut another deal with Donald Trump. Maybe not a cabinet position. Maybe some other lesser deal. But the talk is he's going to drop out, which he should, which I suggested he would do. I said he would never be on the ballot in November, and he's not going to be. But maybe he cut a deal with Donald Trump, and he's going to endorse Donald Trump. People are freaked out about that now. Remember, I've told you how people go looking for things to worry about. RFK will probably endorse Donald Trump. I mean, what the fuck else is he going to do? And the way people are looking at this is that RFK Jr. has 2 or 3% of the vote. And then if all those votes go to Donald Trump, then that tightens up the race. But here's the deal. A lot of people are voting for RFK Jr., not because they like RFK Jr. They're supporting him for the same reason they supported Nikki Haley when she wasn't even on the ballot. This was more a no vote against Donald Trump than it was supporting the candidate. There's been a study saying that if RFK Jr. steps out of the race, it doesn't affect things at all. In fact, 70% of the people that are voting for RFK will probably go with Kamala, not because they're Democrats, but because they hate Donald Trump. So if you're worried about RFK Jr. having an impact on the election this year, he's not important. It's not a thing. He's not going to be on the ballot. Nothing like that's going to happen. So do not worry about that. What RFK Jr. needs to do is fade away into obscurity, never to be seen again, because he's going to be a laughingstock henceforth.